But the next bit of our show, we're going to move on to discussion topic. So if you weren't sick to death of us in this first hour, you've got another massive hour of it now for the remainder of the show. But what this section of the podcast is all about us to talk about a certain topic based on something like a video or like an article or whatever, similar to the news, but like it's just basically a bit more spread out, because obviously I anticipated that we basically talk about this all the time and we can talk about it for absolutely ages. So of course I just wanted to leave a lot of time for this. But essentially, what this is to do with, I've called this discussion topic the Gene Farris request.
The Gene
Farris request.
Go on, get a can of worms open here.
Yeah, this is the can of worms. So so the Gene Farris request. So what is this about? So basically, on 20th of December, 2024, footage shows a woman approaching Gene Farris. Mid-set, the woman interrupts him and appears to be requesting a track to be played for someone. Gene Farris rejects her request, dismisses her, and tells her to leave. And I think that's me putting it very nicely. And wouldn't you know it, we have it was shared on Instagram by the Instagram account at I'm Nate Fast, which we've got here, which we'll quickly show you. So yeah, basically here it is. Look, so you can see there she is. Look, and you can see that you can sense there's a bit of apprehension of her going up. And look, there you go. Look, she's showing the phone, and she's pointing. There you go. Look, so she's pointing to this other person, and he's like, "What are you going on?"
So I've got a question. I've got a question for you over there. Maybe the audience, right? Have you ever done this to any DJ?
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, this is the question, because I laugh at it now, but yeah, you know what? When I was 18, 19 years old, or like or between 18 and 20, I was this woman. Like I did this. I'm not gonna lie, and and I didn't do it to Gene Farris, so I didn't do it to him, but I did do it to the odd DJ when I was going out and partying up in the northwest of the UK, in places like Chester and Liverpool, and mixed results.
Did they ever play your request?
Maybe once or twice, but I mean, I think if I think about it back then, I think what I was requesting was the stuff that like I would often hear at that club anyway. So I think it was just the case that I just wanted to hear something that either they've already played or they were already just gonna play anyway. So I just think it was going to happen eventually anyway. But this was when I was a bit like, everyone goes through that period where you are finally able to legally drink, and then you go out and party, and you're like woohoo, and you have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea what's going on. You have no comprehension of how strong things are. You have no comprehension about mixing your alcohol or anything like that. You are basically a giant health and safety hazard for the club. Because
they try and make money off. Yeah.
Like, oh man, I just remember like I remember having like cider, right, before going out, and then like I'd get into a club, then I'd start drinking VK Alka-Pops, and then like girls would come round with like shots of like Baileys or Tia Maria, I think, or something like that.
Oh my god.
And like, and then it would be like Aftershock. Do you remember Aftershock? And you'd have like, be like, and like you'd want to be sick, but then like, if you think about it, you've had so much different types of alcohol, but you have no idea. You have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea what's going on. But of course, during all of this, you're interacting with people, you're saying hello, and you're being really friendly. And of course, one of those people you want to go and chat to is the DJ, right, Dave?
The DJ, right, man, yeah. It's funny, I think I've told you this loads of times. I used to sort of spin records at sort of like a student club sort of thing. And I had my own ways of sort of getting around this. So, admittedly, it was before iPhones were a thing, really. But I used to get people come up to the booth and they'd say, they'd scream very drunkenly for a request, right? And you couldn't hear what they were saying. So I remember I used to buy a notepad and a pencil, and I used to say, write it down on there for me. And they'd spend literally like 30 minutes filling an entire page of requests. And then when they're finally done, you can take it off them and then just screw it up and throw it in the bin. Like, people they just love it. Honestly, once they got passed around the entire club and they filled like 60 pages of requests. And
oh my god,
it's just nuts. But yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to bring a little notebook and used to just say write it on that. That's how I used to sort of get around it, because they spent so long writing down requests. Obviously, it never got played. So
yeah. I mean, I hate to think that I was probably one of those people, to be honest with you, but